day. And tonight I'm going to share one of my favorite with you guys. But of course, before we go into that part, I would also like to take this opportunity to just add on some additional information that I hope it will be useful for you all to know Bodykey better. I think for the basic and also the details of the product, I think previous sharing I have gone through it. So now I just want to reiterate some of the important point of this Bodykey to you all, right? So this I always like to take this quote from our Dr. Sam Rambach. So he actually is the second generation of our Nutrilite founders, and there's one saying that he always say that I feel is very true. He always says that eat better, not less. Okay, so this is actually one of the philosophy and also why Nutrilite started back then by his father. So when Dr. Carl Rambach started the Nutrilite, actually he realized that a lot of time when our human body is having issue or we have any illness, is most of the time is because of we lacking on something instead of we eat something which is extra. Okay, so he actually discovered that the lack and deficiency in a lot of nutrients actually cause the illness and also diseases in the long term. Okay, so I would also want to align all of us in this same concept, whereby a lot of time when we want to have this weight management, or we want to have we want to lose weight, or we want to lose fat or whatsoever, we need to know that actually we gain through what we eat, but at the same time we also lost through what we eat. Okay, so as long as we know that this is the concept and the fact that actually we need to understand, right? So a lot of time when people say, yeah, I already cut a lot of eating, but still my weight and also my composition is still not as ideal or as the optimal that I want to, is because actually the concept is actually to change and to switch certain of the eating habit. Okay, it's not just to cut only. All right. So I think this is a good picture to show us that difference. And when we understand that it's not about cutting our meals, all that, right? So that is the reason why we have this and we come up with this concept, and Nutrilite have launched this meal replacement concept in the weight management journey. And then for those who have joined Amway earlier, they will have know this product. Okay, this is actually Positrim. So this Positrim is actually the first, I mean, at least in Malaysia, the one that we know for weight management purpose. Okay, so along the way, there's a lot of improvement has been made in this weight management program and also the product that we have. And the changes, when I explain to you, you're also able to appreciate it, because it's not solely for making more profit or whatsoever, and actually is to match the needs of the change of the eating habit, the change of the market demand and all that. Okay, so you can see that this Positrim, when it's first launched, is taking the same concept and the very holistic approach, whereby we know that it's not about skipping all the meal to lose your weight. It's about replacing it with a better meal. Okay, so with that concept in mind, right, they come up with the importance of having this complete essential nutrition in one particular meals. Okay, and then you can replace it for one of the meal in that particular days. So this is actually an effective meal replacement program, whereby you don't have to, when you replace with a better meal, right, at the same time, you ensure the nutrition intake is even better than the original meals that you intake. Because a lot of time when we intake our normal meals, right, we tend to go with what we crave for. We tend to go with what convenience for us and so on. I have shared all these factors, I mean, in my previous sharing. I will not go through in detail today. And then secondly is higher in terms of the carbohydrate content. Okay, so when they first launch, actually the carbohydrate content is higher compared to the version that we know of today, Bodykey. But this is also because probably back then we have a more strenuous daily activities compared to nowadays. A lot of people are actually working in the office and so on, so we have least activities to actually utilize the calorie. So later on, you will see how they actually improve in terms of all these things. Okay, and then number three, you also notice that the positrin back then, they already have fiber, which is very good, I think, because a lot of product, they actually didn't incorporate fiber back then. Okay, and we Nutri already know the importance of having fiber in the journey of weight management program. So having said that, I think back then the positrin is only per serving, they have about 3 grams of fiber. Okay, so slowly, we move to the improvement version, which is the one that we all know also. I believe those that join, I mean, this year or even earlier, you should have know this version. Okay, so this version is actually an improvement from our positrin. So it's improved to a lower carbohydrates, like I mentioned just now, to match the ideal calorie intake. So at the same time, protecting whatever essential nutrition that we should have. At the same time, they design and lower down the carbohydrates to match the current market needs. Okay, and then secondly, they also improve on the fiber content. So it is also to match the current eating habits of most of the people. If we ask ourselves today, how much fruits and vegetable you have intake today? Okay, even if you go to the mixed rice or you cook at home, right? I'm not sure how much vegetable we have intake, right? In one plate, if you share in a family or you share with your kids or whatsoever, then each of you only intake a portion of it, right? So they know that this is actually a problem in terms of our eating habit. So they improve in the content of the fiber also. They have increased it. Okay, and number three, they also improve in terms of the taste mapping technology. So if you can notice earlier, the positrin, even the packaging itself is like so westernized, right? I mean, the model and also the people inside the packaging is also showing Western people. So we can understand that probably back then, a lot of product is like standardized across globally. And now with this launch, a newer generation of Bodykey, we actually incorporate this taste mapping technology, whereby same product, same Bodykey, but every region, every country, they will do a slight tweak in terms of the flavoring and also the taste, so that it match the local flavoring very well. So no matter in what country, the local people or whoever that is actually promoting this product or using this product there, they will easily accept the taste of our Bodykey. That is, I'm not sure whether you're aware or you have started with Bodykey or not. If you are existing user of Bodykey, you will definitely agree to it because the taste is so easy to accept and like it very much. Okay, and number four, they also incorporate with a more holistic and also complete program to make the weight management even more effective. So of course, we know that not eating less, we have to eat better, but at the same time, Bodykey and Nutri also know very well that actually in the entire journey of weight management program, we need to incorporate a very complete and holistic approach, whereby of course, when we always say that 70% is eating and then 20% or 30% is about activities and working and workout. Okay, so that's why they introduced a more holistic and overall program. And how they actually blend everything of this into this program is that we have a starter kit and a complete program to carry out this Bodykey. Okay, so we have the monitoring tools and technology, which is also very important, because there's a saying, anything that we cannot measure, it's very hard for us to achieve. Okay, because it's not visualized, we're not able to imagine how we progress and so on. So measuring tool is really very important in this journey. So that is why we also choose to partner with a very reliable and also pioneer in terms of body composition company, which is InBody. Okay, so InBody is actually partnering with Bodykey in our program. Okay, and at the same time, like I said, okay, there's also a more holistic guidance in other than just teaching how to eat and also how to replace your meal, right? There's also actually 6 key factors in terms of this weight management journey, which is include the activities, stress, sleep, meals, mindset, and also diet. Okay. So of course, the entire program will guide and also teach us how to actually do better in all these 6 areas, which I will not go into detail today, right? So after that, then this month, we have launched another improvised advanced Bodykey meal replacement. Okay, so what are the changes? Okay, a lot of improvement which match the needs of now. So first of all is the serving size. So of course, Nutrilite and Amway company always listen to the users and also the feedbacks of everyone. So we know that actually in order to improve the fullness and also the satiety of the products, right? We have increased the serving size, and at the same time they also take this opportunity, since already increased the serving size, they also increase all the nutrition values that we have inside this Bodykey, including the protein content, almost 3 times the compared to the previous generation. Okay, so they know that importance of protein is because in the journeys of losing, we have to learn how to gain also, not to gain fat, not to gain carbs, or not to gain calorie, but to gain muscle. Okay, so in order to gain muscle, right, protein is definitely the most important materials in that aspect. So we have to intake. So that there are certain people who, like previous user, probably they just use Bodykey, but they didn't actually mix it with the all-plant protein or other Nutrilite proteins, right? So now don't have to worry already. Okay, you can either choose to continue to mix, or if you don't mix also, the protein content is high enough for this journey. Okay, number 4, improve on the calcium content. So this is actually, they also know that in the market and also the trend of the future, people will always have this deficiency in terms of calcium. So this is not only for age people, but it's across the age and also across genders. So this is the era of deficiency in the calcium. That is why they have bumped up into 370 milligram of calcium, which is very high. Okay, so also improve on the fiber content. Now is 5 grams. If you remember back in positron, it's only 3 grams, right? So along the journey, you can see we have increased so much. And the new flavors also being introduced in our Bodykey series. And previously, we all know all this while we have chocolate coffee, which are all the very safe taste. We also have vanilla, and now they have discontinued the vanilla taste, and they replace with a new flavor, which is berry, which is a very, very worth trying taste. Later I'll show you why, and one of my favorite recipe that I'll share later is also because of this new flavor, the berry one. Okay, so now come to the interesting part of my sharing tonight. I think I'll focus more on the all this interesting thing. That's why less talking on the theory, everything. So I think it's important for us to know actually Bodykey can be so vibrant, so colorful, and it can incorporate to a lot of different meal in our day. So here I just, all is my own photo. So this is just some of the recipe that I have tried out so far since the launch in October. And of course, there are also other pictures that I didn't put in here. Okay, so just some ideas. For example, if we have a habit of taking this kind of cereal or fruit bowl, you can always replace the base with our Bodykey, and then you just shake and you pour in. It tastes great. Okay, and at the same time, we can also blend it with the frozen berries and or also with milk to get the ice cream texture. This is actually the recipe that I'm going to do later. Okay, so it's really, really very nice because when you taste it, it's just like ice cream. Okay, but you don't have to use ice. Okay, I'll share later how to actually do that. Okay, and then you can see on the most right hand side that you can also add, if you don't use the frozen berries or whatsoever, you can also blend it together with the fresh fruits. For the third one, actually I blend it together with the mango, and then I also put in some berries, fresh berries also. So in the end, the color you see is not purple as the second one, is more towards the brown color because there's also mango inside. So the texture, it becomes like a bit like yogurt, frozen yogurt texture. So it also tastes very nice. So these are just some of the examples that how we can actually be creative and actually incorporate it into our meal replacement. And of course, this can be your breakfast, or it can be the meal in between of your meals. Okay, for example, afternoon you just feel like craving to take something, high tea or dessert. I think this is a very good option whereby you can be creative and try to create something out of this. And why I say this is even better compared to the existing dessert or whatever things that snack that we take existingly, right? So in the next slide, I'm going to share with you just shortly before I start the demo. Okay, so you can see the texture is very, very rich. Okay, so it's really like ice cream lah. I think many of you will like it, because why is it's even better using this the latest version of Bodykey is because if you have tasted our latest version of Bodykey, you'll know that it's more creamier, it's more rich, it's more smooth. So when you blend, right, it's really like ice cream. And I'm not sure whether the previous generation will be able to deliver this kind of taste bud sensation or not. But this new one definitely can do that very well. And especially this berry one, when it's matched with this recipe, is perfect. Okay, so but then what I want to share in this slide is actually to share on the calorie lah. Okay, so it's still, again, we want to know how much we intake, right? It's not, of course, it tastes great, then I also don't want end up that we don't know how much is the calorie and then end up it increase our calorie intake. Okay, so it's actually quite reasonable. It's only this 200 ml, about 200 ml lah, okay, according to this recipe, including the frozen fruits, all that. Once blend, it comes to the capacity of 200 ml. It's about 254 calorie only. Okay, so why I say only? Because if we compare to the snack or some of the similar nature of things that we eat, right? So if today you want to have a healthier frozen yogurt or ice cream texture kind of thing to satisfy our craving, right? Okay, instead of taking the ice cream that we normally take outside, for example, this one cornetto, do you know how much is the calorie? Okay, one cornetto like this, the serving size is even smaller. Okay, it's only 110 ml. Okay, it's 260 calorie already. And there's worth mentioning, there are actually 22 grams of sugar inside. So this 22 grams of sugar is also something that we don't want to intake so high, right? Okay, especially if, let's say, we are giving it to kids in our family, then they will be like more hyperactive. Okay, and then for weight management journey, of course, we will want to cut the sugar intake as well. So for the new Bodykey, there's no sugar content inside. Okay, so on top of that, there's also synthetic flavors and also color being used. So whatever color that you see here, of course, not the packaging. I am referring to whatever the ice cream. They want to make it look more chocolate. They want to make it look more strawberry or whatsoever. All those are actually artificial coloring and also flavoring. Okay, so the one on the left that actually I blend myself, right? Totally no artificial coloring, no artificial preservative, no artificial flavoring. Okay, so whatever you taste is really from the fresh, natural ingredients. Okay, and on top of that, also worth mentioning the nutrition content. Okay, the nutrition content is pretty straightforward. I think most of it is actually carbs and fat, right? Ice cream. But the one on the left, okay, the blend that I made, right, is full with 22 types of vitamins and minerals. Come with fiber also, and also very high protein. Okay, and with the natural fruits, phytonutrient inside, because actually we input the frozen berries. Okay, so you might also take something very convenient like this, right? The Magnum ice cream. Okay, not to say that we don't take at all, but just a comparison. Okay, whenever we have this kind of craving, actually we can do it at home also, blend very fast, then you can satisfy that craving with a lower calorie, more healthier, more nutritious. Okay, so this same ice cream, but this Magnum classic one, 90 ml only. Okay, you finish this one bar, right? It's already 240 calorie. You might not feel full. Didn't give you any satiety feeling. Okay, so it's 18 grams of sugar also. Just to give you a perspective, every 4 grams is about 1 teaspoon. Okay, so can imagine about 4 teaspoons of sugar there. So synthetic flavors and colors also. All this is not I mentioned. I go to the Wall's official website, it's stated there. Okay, so they don't mind to tell you, but because they will say it's approved, it's an approved artificial flavor and colors. But what we want to give to ourselves and our family is, of course, the most original, the most natural that we can get, right? Okay, and then some people might also have this kind of canister at home. Okay, so whenever hot weather, they will take out and actually enjoy it. If let's say you enjoy the same glass like this, okay, because the left hand side of my recipe will come to about 200 ml. So if let's say we're using the same capacity, 200 ml of this ice cream also, it comes to 450 calorie. Okay, with 46 whooping 46 gram of sugar is quite scary. Okay, and then of course it's also with the synthetic colors and also flavoring. This is very normal in the market. They use all this artificial because it's it lowers now their cost using all this artificial flavoring and also the color. Okay, so that they don't have to put the real thing so much inside the ice cream. Okay, so are these the things that we want to intake for the long term? If let's say today this meal replacement not only can replace our breakfast or our dinner, but even for the gaps in between, when we can actually prepare this kind of blend, and if let's say we prepare in a larger quantity, it can serve to the entire family. Isn't it better? And it's come with all these nutritious 22 types of vitamins and minerals. Okay, I think we are also more willing to like give our kids, right, whenever they like ask for this kind of thing. Also, you are more willing to like give them because you know very well it's safe. It's all no artificial thing and preservative. Okay, so now the demo time. Okay, so okay, just nice, about 20 minutes already. So now I'm going to share with you all this simple demo. But before I start, right, we just have a 20-second break. Then I'll go grab the frozen stuff. Okay, so meanwhile, while you guys wait for that 20-second, right, you can, if you have any question, you can type in the chat box, and you can also feedback if there's anything. Okay, so I'm back. I just quickly check on the chat box. Okay. Okay, nothing that you guys asked, right? So now I just will spotlight myself. Okay, so what we need is actually you can choose to use milk. If let's say you go for plant-based, you can also go for those almond milk or any nuts milk, or even you can also use our Nutrilite protein, okay, to use as the base. Also, you can also use plain water. Remember just now I tell you this recipe, this blend is about 254 calorie. So actually 50 over calorie is coming from the milk itself. So if you want to go for even lower dessert calorie, you can actually just use water. It will still have the ice cream texture. It's not because of this milk, it's because of the frozen berries that we use. Okay, so frozen berry, I'm actually using this also a ready-made one. I mean ready packed one in the hypermarket, you can get it. Or you can also, if you don't want to go for this kind of frozen ready packed one, you can also buy the fresh one. For example, like this, you can buy the fresh blueberries and you just put it into the frozen compartment before you prepare this recipe. Okay, then you will get your own fresh frozen berries. Okay, so I use both normally. Okay, and I feel it's convenient, right? And then you need a blender like this, and of course our berry. Okay, for this recipe I'll use the berry one because it really match very well with all this combination. And then later you'll see the the texture is very nice, but you will not be able to taste. It's very nice, but you can try it at home, and I'm sure you will like it. Okay, so this is the new Bodykey. Even if you take the packet, right, you can already feel the serving size has increased so much, almost double, right? Now it's 50 grams for the serving size. So it's just nice. If let's say you want to prepare for more people at home, then you can actually input 2 packs. It can be shared by 4 to 5 people. Remember just now the ice cream is just 100 over ml, right? Every of the ice cream serving, but later my cup, right, is full 200 ml. Okay, so if you just want to control the portion just to satisfy the craving, all that, you can actually cut down to each person only 100 ml also. Okay, so just using 2 packs, you can serve up to 4 to 5 packs already. Okay, so I forgot to take the important final step, which is the glass. Okay. Let me adjust the angle. You guys able to see, right? Okay, so now I'm going to start. It's very simple. First of all, I'll use this. I'll use this shaker to measure about 100 to 150 ml of milk. Okay, so we already have it. And then next thing is actually to put in the frozen berries to the blender. How much to put? Just agak-agak, okay? Normally, I will just put about 2 to 3 spoons. Okay, so why the blender will actually why the final outcome it will become such a beautiful purple color and it's all natural, right? Because it's a mix of these 2 types of berries. They have the red one and also the blue one inside. So when it mixes, right, it will come out as a purple color. And then even our own Bodykey, right, there's no artificial coloring or that. So it's a very pinkish berries Bodykey. So when you input that, the entire color becomes so nice. Okay, so I would say so far this is the recipe that I most satisfied with. Of course, I will continue to see any other recipe which is good, and then we can actually share with each others also. Okay, so now I'll pour in this 100 to 150 ml of milk. Okay, and then this Bodykey. You also see that it also improved in terms of the packaging. Not only on the design, is I mean the opening of the packet. Okay, if you have used the earlier generation one, you'll know that the packet is designed in a way whereby you just strip off the whole thing, and then every time we pour, sometimes it will like fall down to the side a bit. Okay, so this new one actually they have solved it because they already designed it to have this kind of opening. Okay, so they understand the user, they keep improving all aspects. Okay, not only the rest the formula, but also in terms of the product design, all that. And I think in my previous session, I also shared this entire box. The material that they use is fully recyclable. So we are using a product not only for our health, also for the earth health. Okay, so now everything in already, just need to press so you will also notice it's very easy now, actually done already. Okay, I just depending on how fine you want it to be, but normally I'll just 2 times already good enough. Now I touch also very chill and frozen already. I can't wait to try it. And just now I want to share is why I didn't use the ice for the blending, right? So reason being, actually we use the frozen berry to replace the ice, because you also make the entire thing become very uh, smoothie and also chill, but at the same time also it will protect your blades better lah, okay, because every one of us we might use a different blender for this purpose. Okay, so this is a portable one, so it's not so powerful, the blade. So in order to protect it, my suggestion and some of the tips can use is actually, instead of using the hard ice, right, we can actually put in whatever ingredients that we want to put, and actually put it into the frozen compartment. Okay. Okay, so now actually done already. I will just pour out to this glass. Okay, it's very thick. So if you want even thicker, right, you can actually put less milk, or you can increase more frozen berries. Okay, this one will taste really good. Okay, so now normally for garnish purpose, okay, or you want to decorate a bit, depend on your own creativity also. So in the picture just now, I have put in some cereal, all that, and then only I put the berries. But for tonight, just to save time, I have prepared this fresh blueberry. So I'll just top the fresh blueberries into this blend. Okay, so it's really depending on your creativities. So if you are preparing for, if let's say your house you have kids, right, you can actually put some very colorful thing also. You can put cherry tomato, all that. So compared to the other snacks that I share with you just now, right, this is definitely far way more healthy. Okay, so I take closer, you can have a look. Okay, so now back to our sharing. Okay, so very easy, right? I think the entire process, if let's say I didn't do explanation, you just prepare it already and then you just proceed with the blending, all that, it will be very fast, right? So it's less than a few second thing. As long as you already have all the ingredient prepared, it's probably less than 5 minutes, you can get this blend ready already. So even if you just want to have a quick craving fix in the late afternoon, or even like now, almost come to 9 past already, it's still guilt-free. At least you know that the calorie is acceptable, 200 only. For this case is 250 lah, but like I said, if you use replace the milk with the water, and then or you can use less water and then you increase the frozen berries, you'll taste as great also. Okay, or you can actually replace with our all plant protein, then the protein content even higher, and then the calorie will go down. Okay, so I hope you guys like this session, and then I will just finish up the remaining of the slide with you all. Please bear with me. Okay, so I have also started a hashtag, which is the hashtag 21 Bodykey recipe. So I really hope with my sharing, right, every one of us, whenever you try out this Bodykey and you have your own recipe, feel free to hashtag, of course, the official Bodykey, Nutrilite Bodykey. You can hashtag Bodykey Malaysia, you can hashtag Nutrilite Malaysia, and so on. But do also hashtag this 21 Bodykey recipe lah, so that we in our own team we can also refer to it. actually who come up with new recipe already. And myself, I definitely will continue to add on to this because this new Bodykey is still new, right? So we all let's explore together what interesting recipe that we can have, and also learn how to calculate also the calorie also, because when you share that, then for people who actually look for weight management and they know this interesting recipe can be just as low as 200 calorie, or even if you use half pack is less than that. Okay, and you be able to enjoy a very vibrant blend or drinks also. So just now during my demos, right, you might also question, hey, if let's say I don't have the blender, then how? So you can actually get a simple one, like the one that I show you just now is a portable, it's a previous Nutrilite promotion that we have, right? So it's very convenient. But even if you don't have, but you feel like starting with this kind of healthy blend, healthy drink in the morning or in the afternoon or throughout the day, okay, it's definitely worth investment because now if every one of us we are ABO, right, we can actually get this Philip very nice blender at only 225 in our own shop. Okay, so you can go online or you can actually purchase it over the counter. This 225 actually not only blender, okay, it also come with this very good chopper. Okay, so this chopper you can actually chop what? You can chop nuts or what? So for example, nuts, you want to make it smaller and then you want to just sprinkle on top of your blends, all that. It's very convenient. It's all in one and you can do that. Okay, so just this is just a proposal, just a suggestion. If let's say you feel attracted to what I made just now and you feel like want to start off, I think 200 ringgit is very affordable to everyone to have a good brand and at the same time a reliable unit. This unit itself, they also provide a warranty of 2 years. So worth considering. Okay, so you can see very nice recipe that we can do. Of course, you can still do a lot of different things. Let's check out the hashtag together in the future. And lastly, I just want to take this opportunity